Hey bro, what you doing, man? You're wasting your time playing video games. You're slacking on your work, slacking on your job. You're not getting good grades because you're always too high on drugs and alcohol, and you don't know where you're going. You have no direction in your life, you have no purpose. You're spending your day waking up like a drone, just, fapping off, doing things to watching too much corn, and like, what are you doing, bro? And so you see that there are these like high value men, these people who are just doing great things in life. They've got Bugattis, they're, on the boats, they've got all the women, and you're just imagining to yourself, like, how? How did they get there? Why can't I do this? What's wrong with me? And you've been like programmed by all this different societal programming, by the governments, by the schools, by the education system. They tell us to just consume and indulge in all these pleasures and all these things that give us instant gratification. They tell us that we shouldn't do the dopamine detox. They tell us that we shouldn't go out. We should just stay indoors, play video games. What you doing, bro? So, like you, I have been in my house for a long time. I've been playing video games like an addict, just constantly in and in and in. After I play video games, what do? I just eat, sleep, play video games again, just wasting my life every single day. I've been doing that for the past 10 years. So we really need to understand that there are some habits and some things that we do that just keep us down. My work was affected, my studies were affected, my relationships were affected. So we need to realize that there are some things that we just shouldn't be doing. And even though they keep telling us it's okay to play video games for 1 hour a day, it's okay to watch porn, they tell us it's okay, but we know deep down that when we do it, we feel guilty. We feel like, why did we do this? We cannot understand, and like, we can't shake this feeling of knowing that we're meant to do something more. We're meant to do more with our lives, but it's like we just keep getting bombarded with all of this junk and this rubbish. So right now, like, there's an epidemic of men, like, we're all struggling to get past this corn and video game addictions. Now I know we need to really work hard to overcome these things. And so one of the main things that is really disrupting us in these days is, of course, corn and this entire industry telling us it's okay. The rise of OnlyFans is just increased and exponentially, like, increased the epidemic amongst us men. We have less relationships. We are having less like intercourse and intimate relationships with real women, bro. The girl you subscribe to on OnlyFans, she's not real. Yes, she is a person on the other side of the world, but like, it's not real intimacy. So don't get attached, man. They're just using you. They're using us. They're using our primal drive, our primal urge to actually just make money. They're just using us. And all these people are telling us it's okay. Like, it's not right, man. So just unsubscribe from that stuff. Like, don't watch it. How can you stop? Like, you need to find something more productive to do. We need to like punish ourselves. If you find yourself doing something or even having these thoughts, like, drop down and do some push-ups, bro. Like, use that energy, that sexual energy that we have as men, that primal urge. Use it for something productive. Use it to go out to conquer your your dreams and to pursue what you want to pursue. Pursue your goals. Okay, so this overindulgence in corn has really affected our well-being as men, our vitality. Imagine, you might not even be thinking about this, but imagine one day in the future, You're trying to actually have children, trying to be in a relationship. Women can they can smell it on you. They can smell that you're not someone with a high testosterone. You're fapping away every day. You've got low testosterone. That can affect your ability to even have children, to prolong your legacy. And if we can't further our bloodline, what's the point? What's the purpose? So we have to really dig deep and think what can we do? Let's increase our testosterone. Let's become men. Let's become more masculine, become strong. Use our energy, our primal energy, to actually pursue our goals and our dreams. Another thing that we're really struggling with is having a sedentary lifestyle. We're just indoors all the time. We're sitting, 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 sleeping, sitting. Come on, man. We're not moving. We're not being active. We've been told that, playing video games and sitting for, 16, 20 hours a day is good. Come on. That doesn't sound good at all. We need to realize that you need to get up, get out of the house, do some exercise, go to the gym. A strong man does not live a sedentary lifestyle. A masculine man gets up and goes out and does what he needs to do. So I encourage you to find your local gym, see if you can get started with that. If you can't go out and do a gym, see if you can go to a park. It's really good to at least try and get out of your house. We can do good exercise at home as well, but it's nice to get outside, get some sunlight. Sunlight especially is great for testosterone increase. So I encourage you to do that. We need to stand up and actually get out of the house. We need to stand up and not live this sedentary lifestyle. Just come on, bro. So another thing that really is messing with us as men these days is our diet. We've been told that following the food pyramid is a good idea, and who gave us this advice? Fat doctors, the doctor who can't even climb up stairs. What? How can we trust our doctors for nutrition advice when they're all fat and unhealthy? So something I learned recently is that we should only take advice from people who have what we want or who are striving towards bigger goals. So if you're taking your advice from a fat doctor, come on, that doesn't make any sense. Now, myself, I'm not in a great shape yet, but I found this and I'm starting to, eat a proper diet. So I've already lost 10 kgs in 4 months since actually starting exercise and eating healthy. And besides eating healthy and losing weight and building muscle, I've got so much more mental clarity from actually eating the proper food. So you might ask what that is. Well, I've really been digging deep into this research, and I found a lot of people. And I would say, if you like to watch, check out Michaela Peterson or Jordan Peterson on the carnivore diet. So that's where I first found this. And as I heard about this carnivore diet, I really dove deep. I went down the rabbit hole and just watched hours of content on YouTube regarding this. And I found that it's quite amazing. It's part of our primal diet. We're supposed to eat meat. We're supposed to eat lots of meat and fat. I mean, they told us that fat was bad for you. Fat is one of the best things we can have. Eating fat actually gives us energy. And what we've been told is that we need to eat carbs. Eat your pastas, your rice, all these things. Eat your McDonald's burger, it's okay. Come on, bro. It's not good. So we've been told to eat all these carbs and all these things. And what that actually does is that increases our insulin. What does that cause? That causes heart disease and diabetes. So they've literally told us to eat the food that will cause us to have heart attacks. And why do they want us to do that? Well, when we get sick, then we need to go to the doctor. So you get what I mean? It's kind of a cycle, right? So we need to stand up against that. We need to dig deep and look for proper nutrition. And so what I found, and I'm still kind of going through this diet, and I'll definitely keep you updated as I go along, but we should all think primal, what did our ancestors eat? They ate single ingredient foods. So if you really think about that, what does that mean? Well, meat. Meat is just meat. You don't need to read the label to know what meat is, right? So the less things you can find on the label, the better. Now, if you want to go full carnivore, it's practically just meat, like 100%. You just eat meat every single day. And what I found is that the meat actually has all the nutrients that you need. So it really works out. But if you don't want to just eat meat and you still want to have some vegetables and fruits and things like that, that's okay. As long as it's single ingredient. So you see an apple is an apple, right? Don't get an apple juice because in apple juice you got a whole bunch of junk. You've got a label. You can see that there's like more than just apples in it, right? They put preservatives, they put coloring, they put sugar, they put all these additional things, and you think that you're drinking a healthy drink. So remember, single ingredient foods is our best bet, and I would say at least majority, like 80% of your diet should be meat, and then just add in maybe some nuts. The nuts are really good for your testosterone, like a handful of nuts every day, and some fruits and vegetables, right? But keep it to a minimum. And I would definitely encourage you to go down this rabbit hole of research and try to find out more and try to understand a little bit better how it works. Um, Maybe in the future I'll do a full like nutrition guide, but for now I'm still busy learning and I'm just kind of giving you my experience, what I've been going through. So carnivore diet, get healthy. That's probably one of our worst things that we have to deal with right now is nutrition. And actually nutrition leads into the sedentary lifestyle as well, right? And actually nutrition really leads into majority of the problems that we have today. Like if you eat well, you'll sleep better, you'll have more energy. So you'll be able to do things and you won't feel like lethargic or like have like a foggy brain. You'll be able to actually concentrate and think. So it's really important to obviously get better at our diets. So the other thing, as I mentioned earlier, that us men really struggle with these days, and that's really keeping us down, is a lack of sleep or a lack of good, effective sleep. I watched a video yesterday about Hamza, and he mentioned that actually, I think he also heard it from Andrew Huberman, but basically that we allocate like 8 hours of sleep. Like we've always been told, we need 8 hours of sleep, 7 to 8 hours. But it actually takes your body like maybe another hour to actually fall asleep, like into a deep sleep. So if you need 8 hours of sleep, you need to sleep or like be in bed for like 9 or 10 hours, right? So we haven't been allocating enough time to our bed to actually get sleep. And when I mean laying in bed, like you shouldn't be like on your phone doom scrolling all the time. You should be just in relaxation, just lay on your bed, try to like clear your mind or just think your thoughts, think your processes. Because as soon as all of that, thinking gets out of the way, then you fall asleep, right? But if you only allocate 8 hours for sleep, then you're gonna get in bed and it's gonna take you like another hour, hour and a half to fall into a good sleep. And so you only get like, 6 or 7 hours or less than 7 hours of sleep. So you really need to think about how much time are you spending in bed, relaxing and actually trying to fall asleep, right? Another thing that we're kind of struggling with right now is alcohol consumption, guys. Like, come on. We can't be going out and just drinking ourselves to death from alcohol, guys. Like, alcohol decreases our testosterone rapidly. It increases our insulin, especially if you drink a lot of beer. It's really bad. So, I mean, I probably don't need to go into all the reasons why alcohol is bad. I mean, I think it's kind of self explanatory, and most of us already know that drinking alcohol is bad, but we still do it. I know it might be weird being like the only guy at the bar who's not drinking alcohol if you're out with friends, but honestly, if you're out at the bar with friends, you shouldn't even be friends with these people. Like, you are the sum of the five people that you spend the most time with. And if you're out there in the bars partying, drinking alcohol, you're just one of them. And we're striving to be better. So get out of the bars, make new friends, leave those people alone. Like, you don't need them, just leave them alone. Watch self improvement videos, become better. You know, they keep on telling us it's okay. They keep on lowering the restrictions. You know, I mean, 18, come on. None of us should be drinking alcohol, like, point. Okay. Um, so, something a little bit deeper, right, is that I would say the majority of us, I know especially me, I've been working random odd jobs for the past 10 years. I'm 28 years old now. And so since I left high school, I've kind of just been jumping from one job to the next, to the next, to the next, having nothing really stick or nothing really meaningful come in my way. Maybe I have, and I just didn't know it. And so recently, I've been really thinking and delving deep into my mind of what's my purpose? Why am I here? You know, I'm sure that many of you have gone through these same thoughts, like, why are we even on this earth? You know, what are we doing? What's the point of working? What's the point of earning money? And so it's really important for us as men to define our purpose, to find out what it is that we are really supposed to do. What are we meant to do on this earth? So I really encourage you to take some time to really spend like a few hours. Just I also learned this from Hamza actually, is just to sit in your room, like facing a blank wall, right? That might sound like crazy, but just sit in front of a blank wall, put your phone away, put it on silent or like airplane mode or something, get all distractions away, and just sit in front of a blank wall, right? So just sit there and think and really let your mind like explode with ideas and with things coming to your mind and try to reflect. It's kind of a strange experience, but believe me, it really, really helps. So you just sit there and like you just let your brain think. We're always being distracted by all these like random notifications and junk going on. So just try to clear it all out and think. And try to really search inside yourself like what's your purpose? Why are you here? What do you like to do? Like what is something that you could do from now until the day you die? Like it's a really, really big question. And so I definitely encourage all of us to really spend some time. I would say when you're sitting there, maybe just have like a notepad and a pen or something with you because you might get some great ideas and you don't want to forget them. So write them down. And so find a purpose, something that I would say your purpose is something you can strive towards that would be at least for the next 20 years, right? And so my purpose, of course, that I've kind of gone through and I'm working on is to really try and help men like yourself to, improve and to get everyone on self-improvement, to show you my journey. And hopefully you can relate and follow with me on my journey. And hopefully I can inspire you to start your own journey. And so when you have a goal that's really, it doesn't really have an end, like helping people, for example, you can do that for the rest of your life, right? It's not something that stops. And as you get older, you get even better at it. But so in that journey of process, we also need to set some goals, realistic goals, like, or uh, what was that? Unrealistically realistic goals, something like that. So I have a goal of like, let's say, earning $100,000 a year or $100,000 a month. Like that's a pretty big goal, which I probably won't reach like now, but maybe in the next 5 years it's possible. So it's really like it's a far goal, but it's kind of achievable in some sense. Like maybe I would like to become a millionaire someday, but that's really way above my current like conception of even earning money. So you really need to like set sub goals and try to follow these goals that are kind of unrealistic, but you know that you could probably meet those goals in the future if you really work hard and put in the time. Okay, so set goals, find your purpose. Now, I kind of touched on it with myself that you may have a lot of limiting beliefs, right? So it might be difficult to even know what you can achieve. You might not even think you're good enough to achieve any of these goals at all. And so having negative self talk is really detrimental to our mental health and to our future success. And so it's really important that we visualize our future, right? So what you can do right now is just like close your eyes and just play a movie for yourself in your head, right? Try to think of like how you could be in the next 5 or 10 years. Maybe you like wearing a suit, you're walking down the street, you got your like a briefcase, you got your suit, you got your fancy glasses. This is kind of just how I see myself going into a meeting, shaking hands with all the other successful people, with all the other like minded people trying to build a business. Maybe you see yourself, on an island, drinking a martini, but you shouldn't be drinking alcohol, so you're drinking a water, right? So really try to imagine and visualize yourself. Visualize taking your family out on a vacation, all expenses paid. Visualize like your dream home that you could buy, that you want to live in. Visualize your job, visualize your purpose. So really spend some time like thinking, okay? Think about all these things and try to play the movie inside your head of how you become successful, of who you are, the person that you want to be in the future. Now, it really helps us to go through this process of visualization. You should be doing it daily, right? Just to reaffirm yourself. And we can also do some affirmations like, I am a warrior. I am strong. I am courageous. I'm not afraid to make that sales call. I'm confident to speak to others. I'm confident that I'll get a wife or a girlfriend that I deserve. I'll become the best man for that relationship. So have these affirmations of, I would say like maybe 5 to 10 affirmations to start with. Write them down and read them every day. Because having negative self talk, like words are powerful. And the words you speak to yourself in your mind, they're even more powerful. So it's really important to visualize, reaffirm, right? You might not be there yet, but you're working towards that goal. So we need to remember to talk positively to ourselves. Okay? And then the last thing I wanted to touch up on is just that we really, as men, we kind of struggle sometimes with taking care of ourselves, right? Do your grooming, do you brush your teeth? Do you take regular showers? Like, we need to be aware of these things. And even just taking a shower and, freshening up, doing a nice trim, it makes you feel so much better. And it makes you feel confident and ready for the day. So it's really important. You might not like think it's that important, but it's pretty important to be well groomed, be clean, be fresh. It gives you that confidence to really move forward and to focus on your goals. Okay, guys. So I wanted to just invite you also that if you found any value in this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in joining a community of like-minded people, you can check the link below. I'll see you guys in the next one.